Jim, here we go then. Third time out for Jack the Ripper. Bigger and better than ever, we should say at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So bigger in terms of bigger cast than ever before. We've got over half the cast is new. So that's quite exciting in terms of bringing lots of new energy and so on to it. Bigger in terms of a dance troupe this time. Bigger stage, bigger set.
And one big advantage there, of course, great theatre, the puppet theatre, but of course a bit restricted on one side. You've only got entrances and exits from one side only. But with the Maddermarket, you can actually pace it a lot better, which is important for Jack, because when you've got so many people on stage and so many people need to come on, come off, particularly for the farce scene, we have to say.
Yeah.
Which may come as a surprise to some people who perhaps haven't seen us talking about this before, but there is a farce in Jack the Ripper. But setting is important for that, and that's where the Maddermarket will come into its own.
Yeah, the whole thing I think has got a lot more pace. So yeah, we can get people on and off all around the stage. This is why we can now flood our bigger stage with dancers, because we can get them on and off quickly. And yeah, the whole show's just got much more pace, much more variety. It's more visually interesting. We've even got the bridge, which is set halfway up as well, which we can use as well. So yeah, visually a lot more interesting. A more interesting set with more ways in and out of it.
And we've taken time out to consider the script of it all this time. After, 2009, we said, oh, great show, we must do it again. 2010 put it on more or less as is. But then we said, right, if we're going to do it again, we've got to just look at it again, revisit it, look at those bits that didn't work, and try and up the ante a bit on some of the other bits. Particularly at the end, I thought of Act 1 we did quite a lot of work just to make that work a bit better.
Yeah, one of the nice things about the way this works, I've directed, produced the show a couple of times and been in it. You've always come and watched it, been part of the audience. That gives us two very different perspectives in terms of how the show's gone, and been able to watch the recordings of it. And yeah, and then it's quite obvious when you look back on it which bits went particularly well, which bits maybe lacked a little, needed some polish. And this is always the way with comedy, that you will keep going back and polishing, refreshing and making it better. And this, I think we've made some good improvements this time. There's some new bits that I think the audience are going to like.
I think the audience like a lot of it already. I think they're going to love it this time with the changes that we've made, and particularly with the new, as you say, new cast for the most part, for a lot of the principal roles as well. Even people who've seen it before come back again, because this time you're getting almost a different show in terms of what we've got on offer.
I mean, if you, it's essentially the same. Yes, it's improved in many ways. So you get better dancing, better singing, better look, better energy, a better script, I would say, better jokes, and the experience that having done a show twice, and that the stuff you can learn from that to improve it, is just going to make for a better show. So I think this time you're going to see something that's bigger, better, funnier, and we're going to go a little bit further this time than we've gone before, particularly with the audience participation song, which always goes down well. This time, just going further. Let's just say I think the two guys who are performing it are being very brave.
Was it the Friday night or Saturday night where you couldn't get the audience to stop?
The Friday night 2010, I thought that was going to dissolve into a fight. It was some of the most impassioned singing off against each other that you've ever seen. But it has sometimes been difficult getting the audience to shut up long enough for us to do the show. Yes. And with even more of them,
it's going to be even more fun.
So looking forward to it.
It is, and that is the one thing we must point out. Obviously, it is a great audience participation show as well, because although it's pantomime that isn't really a pantomime, it is still that pantomime audience participation at heart, and that's what people enjoy. So, come and see it.